All right. Happily, we're coming together and we're on the day before Gaura Punima Adivas Day. Hare Krishna. Okay, please excuse. And I can see that our gathering, because it's night. Oh my goodness. In the Seva ashram in Brazil, you've come together in the night. I was going to say because it's day. Because it's nighttime, you've all made the pilgrimage to come to the Campos de Jordão Seva Ashram temple. And we're very happy that you're able to make this yagya, this sacrifice, to stay up so late and come together. So with you, it is the evening before, because it is like 11 something at night. And with Marianne, also a little late, Dana Kay, a little late. Actually, everyone's a little late, except Radha Sundari, who's in Mayapur, and Seva Rupa, where it's just a little early, but not too early. So first of all, Pancha Kalpatarubhyas cha Kripa Sindubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangs Cha. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Right. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratuje Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shri Vas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Govinda Govinda. Oh dear. Actually, my computer is going to confess to you. It had to restart, which it doesn't do very often, like once in a few months. Marianne Morris, we are night owls. Okay, we've got your message in the chat box. Wonderful. Well, it almost feels like we need a translation because we've entered into Brazil straight away, but actually everybody knows perfect English. So anyway, with or without translation, we're very happy to discuss some things, to answer some questions. And yesterday evening here, we had Italian people. We're in Italy. We had Italian people who didn't know really any English. And still, the evening program that we had here was like a very happy program. And they were happy. And somehow or another, they understood, there's something special happening. And we were playing Guru Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj, off the loudspeaker. And it was actually addressing a point of one of the Italians from last week. And so it was Srila Guru Maharaj explaining about the standard, the gold standard, or the perfect standard of anything in the world. Like in industry, there's a standard. In monetary things, there's a standard. In like so many things, there's a standard the whole world looks to. And so similarly, there's a standard in religious life. And so Srila Guru Maharaj was just openly and clearly saying, about how it just so happens the Lord has chosen India to be where is like the capital of the world for the religious presentation. And Guru Maharaj, like very clear logic, very simple, but simple in the sense of simple, making it simple for us to understand. He said, it is not reasonable that in every town, every village, there's going to be like a university. He didn't actually, he said a college, not a university, but we have this example that we know that in each country there's a specific place where there's the university. And said we cannot be envious that in our village we only have a primary school, or we only have a regular school, when in that town there's a university. And similarly for the government, you have your local government in the local area, but you've got a central seat of the principal government. And we can't be envious that, oh, in my village we don't have the main sitting of the parliament. No, it is there. It's chosen to be somewhere. Somehow it has come to be somewhere. And so that place, God, for his own reason, Guru Maharaj used the expression, it became the lot of India to be the capital for religious life. So that, I mean, another word for lot, we did have to explain that a little bit, because that is an English expression. If you don't know, it becomes somebody's lot. Somebody's lot is to be the driver. It's there. It came to them. It's just happened to be, for whatever reason, that it came to India to be that center. And another interesting point, I mean, Guru Maharaj, it wasn't a long recording that we were listening, it wasn't a long excerpt that we were listening to, but Srila Guru Maharaj, then he's saying, and we mustn't think in terms of local interest. And we hear this all the time, but about religious life, we mustn't think in terms of local interest. We must be broad. And he gave some examples about in the material world. I mean, in material dealings, we're all in the material world, no doubt. But he said something is discovered or developed in one place, but if it is something that people aspire for, everybody tries to have it. And he gave an example that the first rocket perhaps was in Germany, a U-2 rocket, but it's there in Germany where it is originating, but everybody wants to have it, and now everyone has that rocket, because in the material world people aspire for that. And the tank, Guru Maharaj said that perhaps the first tank, that not a water tank, but a fighting tank, appeared in France. Apparently they invented the tank. Anyhow, wherever it appeared, we don't have to, analyze that. I mean, Guru Maharaj probably knows, he's got all that information. One who knows Krishna knows everything. This was an answer I got one time when I asked, how does Bhaktivinoda Thakur I think it's it's either Jaivadharma or Krishna Sanghita. I read it a long time ago, and I was amazed at Bhaktivinoda Thakur's description of the symptoms of people in Tamagun, in Rajagun, and in Sattvagun. And in Tamagun, he's describing like so many things. And I asked to one of our senior sannyasis at that time, I said, Maharaj, how does Bhaktivinoda Thakur know these things? I'm in Tamagun, but I don't think I have this symptom, some of the symptoms which are there. And I thought, so now how does Bhaktivinoda Thakur know? Then the sannyasi wisely answered to me. He said, one who knows Krishna knows everything. And I thought, well, really, that's the answer, isn't it? But I did agree. I did have lots of the other symptoms, but I didn't. I thought, really, this happens to people in Tamagun? But then we see Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he described it. Anyway, Guru Maharaj knows Krishna. He knows everything. But the point was that the tank, the fighting tank in the army, then that was first came up in one country, like France, and then the whole world sees, oh, this is this is very good for our army, and they all try to get it, and they all get that capacity to get it. And he used other examples, but these were quite like strong examples. And then Guru Maharaj said, so about religious life, then if we all, everywhere has its own religious conception, and everywhere does, whether it is, Aboriginal, or we know about something about Canadian Indians, American Indians, the South American, so Shaolin, is it in Brazil? I don't know what it's called, but everywhere there are religious um, etiquette and some idea of prayer and worship, etc. But when we will find that there is such fully full-fledged, and again Guru Maharaj used that word, full-fledged conception of the Lord, who he is, and everything about the Lord, so many things about the Lord, that description, and the practices, etc. Then when we will find that that is in a particular country, then we shouldn't stick to our local interest and just, no, what we've got, that's good enough. We'll fight in the army with our bows and arrows. No, now we've got something more than what we have to fight in the army. So similarly, in our spiritual life, in our real life, which is the proper life of a human being, which is the life of spiritual understanding and development, when we see that there is a greater standard somewhere else, and especially if we can see the gold standard, like the standard by which everything is measured, is there in India, then we shouldn't stick to our provincial interest. No, I'll only follow what's going on in my country. And by the way, Guru Maharaj did point out too that Jesus was born in Arabia. He wasn't born in America or in any other place, but yet people go to him because there he's giving us a personal conception of God, our Father. So it's already not vogue, but it's already in the world that we don't necessarily follow what has originated in our own village, region, country, etc. And Guru Maharaj very broad and open about this whole idea that there must be somewhere where there is the standard. And so as the government has its influence everywhere, but it's got its specific seat and the standard there in the government headquarters. Similarly, then Krishna, the Lord, understanding about the Lord, has its seat, and it just so happens it came to the lot of India. So we shall not think, oh, this Indian religion or this, that, and the other. It is a religion of the soul. And Sanatan Dharma means the eternal religion. It's what everyone is searching for. And so this expression comes up throughout the scripture about Sanatan Dharma, the eternal duty. And what is that eternal duty of the soul? It's the loving relationship with the Lord, loving devotional relationship. And so this way, our life, when it comes to recognize the goal, then bit by bit, we start to try to recognize, well, how to achieve that goal. And in the beginning, when there's no guidance, we may think, oh, I've heard love of God is the goal of life. Then we can kind of think what may be good for us. But if the Lord is happy with our mood, he'll bring us to where there is a teacher, where there's a university, where there is that current of that dissemination of what's coming from the central government, from that gold standard government. And this is Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And also, not exactly in that excerpt that we played and discussed with the devotees, but also this idea, this phrase of prema, we come across this. If you read it, and I think all of you, everybody here does read Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it is good to read it consistently from beginning to end. I mean, really it is. Don't we hear it's like the, we need first of all the ABC and etc. And this is the back to basics. We're trying to, we not only trying to, we do have lead shoes. So we are definitely keeping our feet on the ground and not flying in the sky. But still we can think the back to basics, the basics of bhakti, of devotional life. Sometimes we think we have to start with, yes, we're not the body and we must focus there. But when we read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, then from the beginning, then Krishnadas Kaviraj is emphasizing the reality of God. He's making us God conscious and making us Krishna consciousness with many examples and proofs from the scriptures, etc., etc. But the word prema comes up, I don't know how many times, but somebody who does a search on Vedabase or something, they'll probably come up with a lot of times in this one book, Chaitanya Charitamrita. But prema means ecstatic love is only referred to for Krishna. And I don't know if it was Guru Maharaj or Gurudev, but they speak with one voice. But they pointed out that there is no expression of Narayan Prema or other Prema. And Narayan is perfectly Krishna himself in another mode, in another mood. And Ramachandra similarly, and so many forms, avatars of the Lord. They are there. But for instance, Nrsingadev, and where do we begin? Matsya, then Kurma. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't gone through the 10 principal incarnations so readily. But Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsinga, Vamana, Parashurama, Baladev, Buddha, Kalki. Okay, I wasn't counting. I'll say that's 10. Oh, Paramanand was leaning forward. Oh, I thought this was going to turn on the microphone. Paramanand will drive safely. Good to have you with us. I really thought you were going to turn on the microphone there. You're very welcome to do so at any point, by the way. Especially if it's a correction. We should try to get things right. Anyhow, prema, the point is that prema is with Krishna. It's Krishna prema. This type of loving, ecstatic joy is associated with Krishna. And in the revealed truth, now I have to think which book. No, it's in Heart and Halo of Srila Gurudev. No. Religion of the Heart of Srila Gurudev, where the 4 qualities that Krishna has, that Narayan and other forms of the Lord don't have, where those are expanded like chapter by chapter, the 4 additional qualities. And there the emphasis is on that lovingness of the Lord. It is there. So Krishna prema is with Krishna and not with other forms of the Lord's manifestations that he chooses to manifest. So this gold standard, this super standard, then this is being given by Krishna, and as we were discussing recently, Avatari Krishna, and then by Mahaprabhu, Avatari Mahaprabhu. So it is, the gold standard of the gold standard that is found in the teachings of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. the Gauriya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Hare Krishna. So anyhow, language is not always the necessity, but to hear Guru Maharaj, to hear Gurudev, to watch their audios, watch their audios, because we see through our see through our ears, but to watch their videos, and we'll try that one, and to hear their message, and as far as possible, when we can, to hear from them and with the devotees. And this way, it is very much our life and soul forever, because we can do this. Technology, man's combined, you can say probably millions of hours of genius brains have come to give us our technology of the modern age. So this technology, it has been allowed by Mahaprabhu, and we have this possibility to see the talks and to hear the talks as directly as possible of our like real super masters. The six Goswamis caliber, and even Gurudev would say the Ramananda Roy Swarup Damodar caliber, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda caliber of talks recorded. And their talks are recorded too, and they're recorded in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat and other places. But our principal focus is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, because also Krishnadas Kaviraj is referring us there. So yes, it is the advanced book which has everything, but it having everything does have the beginning point and knocking into us, I mean, affectionately knocking into us, that Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself. And the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's all about Krishna consciousness. And this is coming through Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And this way, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is our back to basics. Back to basics, yes, back to basics. As well as our back to more than gold standard, whatever that standard can be considered. Hare Krishna, Govinda Hari, Gopala Hari. Super to be with you in Brazil. And each of us here probably are not in a temple. I'm just taking a look around. Seva Didi, she will be in a temple for the festival, no doubt, and for the weekend. But in our gathering at this time, then we're a little bit gathered today in Brazil, Seva Ashram. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sri Hari Prabhu, leaning forward to turn on the microphone. Please turn on the microphone, share a little something from your Sadhu Sangha association together.
Dandavat Pranams Maharaj and all devotees around. So nice to be here with you. It's not a very easy time of the day for me or the night for me, but today I had to, because all these wonderful people are here and I had to be here with you all. And we just had a wonderful day here at the ashram with many wonderful people around, and Nrishimha Deva Prabhu and Anushri Didi, they are really out of this world. We were talking about them earlier. I've been here since the 90s, since the late 90s for many, many times, and I saw many wonderful devotees here trying to take care of the ashram, and no one I could compare to these two, because they are really amazing. What they do here is wonderful, and I believe that Srila Trivikama Maharaj is very happy with them here because they are taking care of this with such love and affection, not only to the ashram itself, but to everyone that comes here. They are great. So we had a very blessed day today, and we are probably going to have a very blessed day tomorrow as well.
And bhakti encourages bhakti. When we are with the good devotees, it draws out of us the best things instead of the worst things. And so just when I hear the names of Nrsinga Prabhu and of Tanushree Didi, when I hear their names and having, of course, met them and been there with them, then I also feel like, yes, we want to be a devotee. Selflessness and happily doing whatever is needed. This, we can say, the nature of each of them. And actually, I'm looking around the room and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 devotees, and there may be more hiding off the screen. And I can see each of you have got such qualities in you too. And we've seen it and we feel it. And when you all come together, this is some of the magic of devotional service. Sadhu Sangha, to be together with like-minded persons. And this is one great joy of Gaurapanima time, because it is a specific time to draw devotees together. You look like, almost on my fuzzy screen, you look like you're wearing a dog collar like the Christian priests. It's just your neck. Oh, just your neck. Okay. Oh, it's only your neck. All right. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, it was time for me to take things a little more serious, but I don't think so.
Hare Krishna. There was one of our devotees. There are different styles of clothing that in India, which we could say Indian clothing. And one of them is the kota, which has just the round neck at the top. And it really does look like a Christian priest's thing. When if you're wearing it with a t-shirt or something, it looks very much like that. Or as somebody else said, when I was wearing one of those style kotas, which they have in Navadvip, they said, you look like a dentist. What? But they didn't tell me because of the kota at the beginning. They said, you look like a dentist, Mahananda. Why? The kota. I was thinking because I cause pain to others. Hare Krishna. Govinda.
Priceless.
Anyway, it is Gaurapanima time. And what can I say? Here, by the way, we are trying to go through, not only trying, we are going through the Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, which I expect each of you are also doing. It's not unique to us, and this is around the world. But this time we're singing the Navadvip Dham Mahatmya and emphasizing to the devotees. That means you as well, to all, reminding ourselves, Krishna gave us 2 eyes and a brain and some computing power. So with our 2 eyes, if we follow the Bengali and at the same time follow the translation, it is very wonderful to sing the Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, and we can do it, and we have that capacity to do it because we've got the book, which is there word by word as well as with the translation. And it is just another of those great joys of devotional service, that we can sing the glories of Navadvip Dham, the glories of Mahaprabhu, the glories of Nityananda, Jiva Goswami, and the various pastimes of Navadvip which take place. So we can also encourage you. You also have that option that, you see if you can try wherever you are. You can sit alone and sing. It's not a problem. Or join us this morning on the Facebook or Instagram. We're trying to sing it before the program, but yesterday we kind of just kept on singing when the program began. So maybe we'll sing today during the morning program. Means here at 7:30 every morning they're broadcasting just what happens in the temple every morning. But it's not the first part. First part is getting up early, chanting some japa. And now, because the sun gets up earlier, chanting the Gayatri before the Mangalati. Then Mangalati in front of the deities who have arrived here, super beautiful deities, as you have super beautiful deities in Brazil and in South Africa and in Navadip and in Tomsk, where is Priyanana, and in Thailand also, Paramnand was in Thailand, Muktinath were there. So in front of the deities with Arati, then we go to Gurudev's Pushpa Samadhi and have simple Arati there, and Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya and Parikrama. And you may say, but in Navadip they do the Arati to Gurudev and Guru Maharaj before the Arati to the deities. Yes, but time, place, and circumstance. And everybody has neighbors almost in the Western world. And we also have neighbors which we definitely give credit for and appreciation that they are humble, they are tolerant, they give honor to us. And by now, after more than 20 years, they're almost coming to accept that they've got some noisy neighbors next door. But to be noisy too early in the morning is not being very Christian, because I think, didn't Jesus say, be considerate to your neighbors, something like this? So do unto others as you have done unto yourselves. Be a good neighbor. I don't know, something like this is there. So anyway, we don't want to disturb the neighbors. And therefore, we have the arati, which is inside first. And then by that time, it's becoming, more or less, they should be up at 5:45 in the morning. 6:45, shouldn't they? Yes, I think so too. Anyway, so they get a gentle wake-up call without the mridanga and the kartals. It's actually, it sounds to me, if I come and they've already started to sing there, it sounds to me like a little bit heavenly, like you just hear this sweet chanting Gurudev without kartal and mridanga, and they're doing considerately for the neighbors, but it's outside around the Pushpa Samadhi. So that's why they do the arati to the deities first, and then outside to the Pushpa Samadhi. Then they come in and do circumambulation and worship of Tulasi Devi, and then the morning program. And the morning program just continues from there, so it's already an hour and a quarter by the time they turn on the Facebook and Instagram. So we do things in that time, as you know. Sevarupa knows, Paramanand who knows, Muktinath who knows, and all of you are invited. What do they do in that time? Well, come and find out. Hare Krishna. So one thing we're doing at the moment is singing the Navadip Dham Mahatmya. For where we would be on this day in the traditional parikrama of Navadip, the time of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, which is there listed on the scsmat.com website. And some may be following that procedure now, but maybe not all. Hare Krishna.
Please, Gurudev, check the chat. We have a question from Sevarupa and probably an answer from Paramananda Prabhu. But
okay, you're all being very busy in the chat box while I've been chatting away. Oh, it looks like a check. Nobody knows what a check is anymore, do you? Because it's all done on digital thing. Oh, it's not a check, it's a Veda base. Adi Lila, Prema. So is this a search in hierarchy? Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Synonyms, 629. Oh, so the total in the synonyms, verse texts, text and purport and translation is 629, 455, 39. That's a lot of, there we are. Sevarupa did look up on the database how many times prema is mentioned. So over 600 times it is mentioned in the verses. Ganga Lila, going tomorrow to Navadip. Ganga Lila, tomorrow going to...
No, the temple. That was like a long time ago. You said who's going to the festival so I'm going here, Laguna Beach, Panchatattva for the Gaura Purnima.
Well done, Ganga Lila Didi. Beautiful.
Jai Jai.
Jai. And Sevarupa, where to find how the tune goes to the Navadip Dham Mahatmya? Okay. Well, I gave you the answer, didn't I? Look at the beginning of yesterday's Instagram and Facebook. You'll get it. And the meter will change here and there, and it's something like, and it feels like, by the way, it feels like the singing of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which we do on the Gaurapanima day, the build-up to Mahaprabhu's appearance, the part where Mahaprabhu is going to appear. And the meter changes here and there, so you have to adapt to the meter. But yes, you can sing it, and you'll get the meter which is running at the moment. You'll get from yesterday's beginning of their broadcast. Gaura Bhakta, Kripa Patra, Matra Siddhi Sara. Hare Krishna. Gaura Bhakta, Kripa Patra, Matra Siddhi Sara. This type of arti is known to Brahma and Shiva, only a recipient of Sri Gauranga's devotees. Mercy reaches such perfection. The mercy of the devotees of the Lord. And now Sevarupa, oh, is it again? Or this is a different one? Oh, is it different?
No, Maharaj. It's for everyone because I just posted it to you. I wasn't sure
if I was paying attention. You're quite right. I wasn't paying attention to the temple. Please let us hear from Paramanandru. If it's safe to do so, you are driving the car. Is it safe to do so? Can you give a little sharing with us?
Maharaj, very short. I'm in a little bit of unknown territory here, so I have to pay attention to the road. And I'm still in Japan, have to be extra careful here.
Okay. Would you like to make a little contribution on the theme or on any theme?
Well, I was just happy to be with the devotees on this Adivas day. And I'm going to be all alone here tomorrow. So I guess I have to tune in with someone and just receiving news from all over the world. Actually, from Keshwananda was the last one. He's happy touring the Dham, taking Brazilian devotees around. And tomorrow is the Gaura Purnima Mahaprabhu appearance day. And really, it's wonderful to be with the devotees on that day. But somehow I was cursed. So I'm very happily sitting here, looking at everyone, hearing everybody. And my contemplation was when you were saying that we have to sing and read and understand at the same time. I was just thinking how not easy it is to do. But then the thought came to my mind, Gaura Bhakti Kripa Patra Matra Siddhi Sara. Everything is possible by the grace of devotees of Lord Gauranga. So if you are giving that grace,
That's why you put that there. I was trying to catch the link at this time. Okay.
It's pretty much answer to everything. Whatever we need, we can get there by their grace. So really, it's the day when we're trying to worship and trying to remember and trying to appreciate the existence and a possibility in itself of association with the devotees of our Lord Gauranga. Even though it's Mahaprabhu appearance day, but we wouldn't knew anything about Mahaprabhu without the devotees of Lord Gauranga. And we wouldn't know anything about Radha and Krishna without Mahaprabhu. So it's that chain. So it's the day of pretty much remembrance of and valuing the association of the devotees of the Lord. That's for me, that's how I'm seeing it. It's hard for me to relate directly to Lord Gauranga, Mahaprabhu and his associate, Nityananda Prabhu, but for the devotees, I can have that connection easily. So we're certainly blessed. That's why I put it there, Raj.
Jai. And you know, everybody knows who's ever met him, Hari Gopal Prabhu from Latvia. our tall, still 9-year-old Hari Gopal Prabhu. He won't mind me saying that. He likes to be eternally young. So anyway, he's now no longer 9 years old, and he's very tall. But he told me yesterday when we were singing this and afterwards, you're saying, oh, it's very difficult to follow the Bengali. I think I understood you saying to follow the Bengali and the meaning at the same time. But Hari Gopal said, oh, last time I was here, you told me about using my 2 eyes to follow the two. So I've been practicing. So yesterday, for instance, we asked at the end of our singing, and I asked, so how much did anybody catch? You know, could you follow as you were singing? And Hari Gopal, interestingly, he said, yes, 95%. He said, because I've been practicing ever since I was here, because I realized, oh, 90, you know, I need to be conscious of what we're singing. So credit where credit's due, credit to Hari Gopal Prabhu, that he, like say, 95% he caught. But
Did you put him to the test, Maharaj?
He's a truthful devotee. Devotees
Okay.
are truthful. Hare Krishna.
Ramananda Prabhu, you are right. See, you have to put him to test. Then you know. The Gurudev also used to tell, yeah, realization is necessary. Because so many devotees talk, and the Gurudev would try to tell, realization have to be. It's a because we sing in year after year, so many songs, but we don't realize. Yeah, Gurudev tell many times. Dandas. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes, Ramananda Prabhu, it is
Yes.
so. And
Ramananda Prabhu.
I'm very predictable and boring. And we still tell to the devotees, ask the devotees, please remember something and we will share at breakfast time and lunchtime. And still we are surprised with ourselves, not with everybody. We surprise ourselves, you know, what we don't remember at breakfast time and lunchtime. And then that does help to open up again that remembrance of what we were speaking in the morning, because then one devotee says, oh, we said this, another this, then another, then it comes back. But it's good for us to try to catch the message of the morning throughout the day. Of course.
Yes, I mean, it's quite interesting because it touches different devotees on a different level and different aspects. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I reveal yourself to you according to the degree of your surrender. So we're all, you know, trying to surrender. We're on the different levels of that, on a different, you know, path marks. And everyone is touched in a very different way. Everyone can perceive it from a different angle, different depth. So it's very nice to have this conversation, morning conversations, evening conversations. When you recall what happened in the morning, and then you can summarize the day and, you know, share your realizations.
And a mutual reminding. It's not really a testing. We're not testing people, we're testing ourselves, but it's all just mutual reminding of the glories of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, like Guru Maharaj say, birds of feather flock together. Yeah, Guru Maharaj reminds. Also, Srila Prabhupada said, hearing is believing, but very few people can believe it. They hear year after year. I seen with Gurudev. Gurudev actually came to this house, and I serve many Vaishnavas, devotees. And it's just, yeah, it's so good to have your association. I was talking to earlier, actually, attended ISKCON, or they have Milpitas one temple, so I attended. But they have different conception of Mahaprabhu. Yeah, they're like a beginner. We have Guru Maharaj's conception is way high, way pure. Dandavas, thank you.
So we will thank our lucky stars that not only were we introduced to Guru Maharaj by Srila Prabhupada, but we got to hear Srila Prabhupada's, through his transcriptions and through the limited audio recordings which are there, but we got to understand Srila Prabhupada's introduction to Guru Maharaj. And we are fortunate that we've come to Guru Maharaj and to Gurudev, because it is not our qualification. We are fortunate, we are very lucky. The lot has come to us to come to hear from them. The lot has come to us to come to share that with others. So really, this is, again, the sadhu sangha, to remember, what we've come across. But am I allowed to say it? But one of the leaders from ISKCON was here with us very happily also yesterday and in the program. And we don't want to, we're not fishing in anybody's pond or anything else, but he comes from time to time. And he's a very open-hearted and happy devotee. We're happy that he comes and he shares. So we are not ISKCON. We are the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. But as we started our talk today, and not only started, discussed for some time, then we mustn't be provincial. We mustn't just think of our local way we see things. We must see, where is that gold standard? Where is that standard which is the aspired for, really, after everyone, that everyone wants. And so that standard is being given by Mahaprabhu, and it's being given in a particular current. It's given broadly, but then refined, more refined. And then what Guru Maharaj has given is the broad and the refined. He's put out the big broadcast, the broadcast that everybody can hear, and then he's giving us the secret things. And he said directly, this is a secret, this is one of the secrets of Vaishnavism. So things are secrets. And one of those secrets of Vaishnavism is not to criticize others, especially Vaishnavas. This is Guru Maharaj. I'm just thinking, okay, somebody's going to ask, what is a secret that Guru Maharaj taught? Not to criticize others, and especially Vaishnavas. And another secret of Vaishnavism, praise others, especially Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. But then the secret, more secret, this message that Guru Maharaj is drawing from Bhagavad Gita. Then what to speak of then coming on to the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the whole distribution of the purpose of the Gita, the purpose of Mahabharata, the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam, the purpose of all religious endeavor, to that love of God which comes to Krishna prema, only referring to Krishna. So step by step, we are very fortunate that we have that full-fledged theism distributor, the holder, and to distribute you have to have what you distribute. You can't give $1,000 if you only have $5. You may want to give, but you only have $5. But Guru Maharaj was the deep storehouse of greatest treasures and unlimitedly distributing that. And it's from this storehouse that Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, they are taking those treasures to distribute. And Srila Gurudev is taking the treasures of Srila Prabhupada's storehouse as well as Srila Guru Maharaj's storehouse. This great fortune coming to the fortunate. And fortunate means fortunate, lucky. Lucky to win the lottery. Look, Priya Bhakta Prabhu is showing us Tulsi Devi, Jai Shrimati Tulsi Devi ki Jai. And his altar there, Mahaprabhu of Australia. And Priya Bhakta Prabhu is in Australia. Not only Australia, he's in Abhinava and Kelly's house. Abhinava Sundar Prabhu and Kelly Kadamba, they are here in Australia right now. Oh, here in Australia. Where? Here in Italy, Vila Govinda Ashram. Mamma mia. Hare Krishna. And for those who tune in to the Latvia program, maybe not here. Yes, maybe. Anyway, today there'll be no Latvia Zoom because the Latvians are going to be here, and who runs it, Suresh, he's going to be in the aeroplane at that time, flying here. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday should be again. Priya Bhakta sending me a direct message. Happy Gaura Purnima, Maharaj. Priya Bhakta Prabhu, happy Gaura Purnima to you also. May you rock the foundations of Govinda Dham there in Australia. Govinda Dham is on stilts because it floods, and also the land is not level. So it's not high stilts, but it's on stilts, and it's made of wood. And when the devotees are in rhythm, chanting and dancing, that place, says Priya Bhakta's hand, that place kind of goes up and down and maybe rocks when they're running backward and forward, but you can, if you stand still, if you're boring like me and maybe standing still, you can feel the whole place move. So may Govinda Dham rock to the kirtan of Mahaprabhu. And you know that places are auspicious. There are auspicious vibrations, inauspicious vibrations, but wood apparently absorbs mood very, very efficiently. So when you're somewhere which is like a place of worship that is ancient and wooden, everybody kind of feels something when they go in. It has like the accumulated prayerful mood of so many souls who go there. And Govinda Dham, when you go in, it just feels like Gurudev's presence so much. This is a big Australian ashram center, temple, but it's in a purpose built by the devotees, and it's a large hall with the deities at the end, and behind the deities is the area of where Srila Gurudev has his veranda, his room, and then outside veranda too, a deep outside veranda where Gurudev would be with the devotees. But there, so many loud kirtans and so many discourses, talks of Gurudev and just Gurudev's presence. And it's all wood, except the pillars that go in the ground, they're concrete. And then the wood is on top of the concrete pillars. Hare Krishna. And that reminds me of another temple. The Adikeshava temple in South India is wood and must be stone also. But very much we feel Mahaprabhu's presence there. He went there. That's where he discovered the Brahma Samhita, at this temple, which feels to me like the Himalayas, even though it's South India, but in a bit of a mountainous area of South India. But there, so much feeling. There's Mahaprabhu's been here. He's been chanting and dancing in ecstasy. Hare Krishna. And of course, Navadip, where we are told that Gauranga Sundar never leaves Navadip, just as Krishna never leaves from Vrindavan. So many things that our puppy brains cannot capture, but our puppy brains can look and think and say, oh, very wonderful. Hare Krishna. I'm just seeing all of your names and very happily with you. Any last minute comment from any soul? Come on, some souls can comment. Yes, Priya Bhakta Prabhu. Seeing as we've just been with you there, a comment from Australia.
Not really a comment, Maharaj. Dandavats and happy Gorpanin to everyone. Jai Gurudev. When I came in, it's been hitting me for a month about the criticism of even the environment, and it's like, and in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, I'm seeing it absolutely everywhere, where Mahaprabhu says, those souls who get rid of criticism from their heart, then they will, by this process, like the love for the Lord will appear. It's like, it's simply this one thing. And then I was talking to Shruti just the other day, and the criticism, like when I criticize the environment, or not even the Vaishnava, but the environment, all of a sudden humility disappears because I think I'm better. And there's no forbearance when I criticize. So Trinada Pisunichana just totally gets annihilated by just that quality of criticism. So if I destroy any propensity to criticize, and especially the holy sacred Vaishnavas, then love for the Lord by the mercy of Gurudev will manifest in my heart. It's just that simple. And all nasty qualities will disappear.
Of which you don't have any nasty qualities. You're Priya Bhakta.
Oh, Maharaj,
You're
I'm
dear to the devotees.
But it's just really profound for me. And also the other one, Maharaj, was in the Bhagavatam, I'm seeing in every chapter of every canto, the Lord is telling us we must see everyone as part of Lord Vishnu, like the Atma. There's no separation, like everything is the Lord. So how can I exploit or have any nasty feeling to any part of the Lord? And this is to do with that criticism quality also. It's within that concept of consciousness. And it's just been profound. It's like, kind of allows me to be a bit fearless. Is this all right to think this way?
Yes, this sounds healthy to me. And also I'm thinking that by you bringing up Trinadapi Sunichana and bringing up this lighting this topic, highlighting this topic in this way, that Gurudev will be very pleased that at least once in every talk we can remember humility, tolerance, giving honor to others. And here we've got with us 3 or 4 devotees, just one's gone back now, 4 devotees were here, 3 devotees from Salt Lake City, renamed by Munindra Mohan Prabhu as Sweet Lake City. So we've got devotees from there. And I have to say, it is very beautiful to see that in Salt Lake City, practically everyone has got hammered into them this Tateno Kampang Samish. Oh my goodness, Tateno Kampang. I know the verse, but I can't get it just now. It's too early in the morning. Anyway, This verse of you must see the environment as friendly, no complaint outside, only the complaint is inside. Really, they get that really knocked into them, because this is, if we think of Sudarshan Prabhu and Rai Kishori, Sri Lekha, Nyasi Maharaj, the devotees are there. This is very much their theme of life. And this is the message, the one extreme theme, prominently emphasized theme of Srila Guru Maharaj. Seeing the environment as friendly, not to criticize, which completely ties in with Gurudev's repeatedly giving us Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadina Ketanya Sadaharihi. But to have all this attitude, and so that we can chant, and so that we will chant as we can continually the name of the Lord. So not only to have good qualities in the material sense, but we want to have the good qualities for the spiritual purpose. So yes, feeling is confirmation that we're doing the right thing. And just, we don't want to focus on the negative, so we focus on the positive, and that is always see the environment is friendly. Anyway, lots of things to share, and when you start up this theme a little bit, then there are things which I'm ready to say, but also it's just gone and past our little time, and everywhere in the world, people have some duty, and we have a strong contingent from the night, while you are in the full daytime prayer back to Prabhu in Australia, and not only Australia, eastern side of Australia, beneath Mount Warning, the first place the sun hits on the whole of the Australian continent. So you are in the middle of the day, but so many are in the middle of the night. So let us be merciful to the Jiva souls, Jiva Doya, and let us give them an opportunity for some well-earned rest after your travels, your chanting, your dancing, your reading, your associating, and I'm sure your prasadam seva too. Jai Shri Gaura Purnima, Adivas ki Jai, Jai Shri Gaura Purnima 2024 celebrations ki Jai, around the world ki Jai, and Jai Shri Seva Ashram ki Jai, all the ashrams, the devotees are anywhere near and all over the world ki Jai, and of course our central gold standard ashram, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev ki Jai. And Jai Shri Navadip Dham ki Jai, Navadip Dham Parikrama ki Jai, and Jai Shri Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi ki Jai, Jai Shri Yoga Pit ki Jai. And we have prasadam, which is on the other table there. We have prasadam from the Yoga Pit in Mayapur by the grace of Ananda Sundari, who's come from South Africa. And so we already distributed some, we're keeping some also for the day, from prasadam from the Yoga Pit. So the Yoga Pit ki Jai, Antadeep ki Jai, Semantadeep, Godramadeep, Madhyadeep, Koladeep, Ritudeep, Janudeep, Modra, Drumadeep, Rudradeep, and Antadeep. 9 islands of Navadip Dham ki Jai. Okay, dear devotees, all the Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, our present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai, and of course Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Shri Bhaktivedanta Madhusudana Maharaj ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, and to all of you who've been quiet today also, but I know you're listening here on Facebook or here on Facebook and here on Zoom and in the recorded version. Our obeisances to you all. Govinda Govinda from Thailand, from Tomsk, from USA, and from Mayapur, from Japan, from California, USA, and from Brazil, last but not least, from Brazil, and South Africa, last but not least. So to all of you, have wonderful festivals. We are side by side in glorification of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Dandavat. Ami Ashchi.
Dandas Maharaj, Dandas.
Now in Brazil and USA, time to rest. Super to be with you all.
Yeah.